1, 2.
All right, read it.
The food decline in America.
Food decline in America. All right, pull up the first one.
This is naturalnews.com. Global food supply crisis could kill more people than COVID-19, warns African politician.
Hey, as we read this, could somebody pull up the statistics of how many people COVID-19 killed? But let's read this real quick. Senegalese minister, go ahead.
Senegalese Minister of Economy, Planning and International Corporation, Amadou Hott, warned that the food security crisis could kill more people than the Wuhan coronavirus pandemic.
Come on.
Hott issued this warning at the Group of 20 meeting of global financial leaders in Bali, Indonesia. He added that the dual crisis of food shortages and high food inflation needs to be addressed immediately.
Right. So it's saying there's not enough for everybody. And then it's saying only the rich are going to be able to get access to the food.
Right.
All right. And we already understand that there's more poor than the rich.
Right.
All right. So it's saying it's going to do numbers. I know it was millions. Did y'all pull it up or it's not there? Y'all got something, IT?
IT.
All right. They don't. What? All right. Never mind. I know it was millions. I know it definitely was millions. Give me Second Ezra 16. All right. There's a lot that we're going to have to go through before we see the paradise. All right.
Right.
So understand this right here. We got to prepare. We got to make sure that we on point prepping like the Bible commands us. You got the number now? All right. Go ahead.
Daily statistics in Africa. There have been at least 12,423,000 reported infections and 256,000 reported deaths caused by the novel coronavirus in Africa so far.
And that's just Africa. All right. But when it's globally, it's in the millions. All right. Global deaths is in the millions. Read that scripture, please.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 21.
Come on.
Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
It says sword, famine, and great confusion. That famine is the food shortage. Read on.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
Shall perish of famine. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot. So that's why we got to make sure that we are preparing, brothers and sisters.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung.
Because there's going to be so much. Read.
And there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down.
All right, we take a quick caller. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment? Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment? They hung up? All right. Hey, let's go to Mexico state of emergency. Let's go to that video right there.
Tonight, desperation spilling into the streets of Nuevo Leon, Mexico, as families rush to stock up on water. Some using buckets, others the pots from their kitchen. Anything and everything to collect the last drop.
Ya dejé mi trabajo por venir a juntar agua.
The northern state of Mexico is in one of the worst droughts in over a decade after 2 years of dismal rainfall.
And what you're seeing is what? It's the curses are not all happening at the same time everywhere.
Right.
So this is Northern Kingdom right there, okay?
Damn.
It's taking place right now
Lord
in
have
Mexico.
mercy.
Then it'll touch Panama. Then it'll touch Brazil. Then it'll touch United States or a few states in America. It's not going to all touch at once, different times, okay? Go back to the clip.
Everything has vanished. There's no rainfall, no snowfall, no cold weather, and no heat. And now heat is rising.
Nearly the entire region straddling the U.S.-Mexico border is experiencing drought, according to the North American Drought Monitor.
There's a good chance we're going to get another La Nina happening this winter. And so if this does happen, then I would expect the drought to very likely continue at least through the next spring.
Hey,
NASA
real quick,
released these
let's get a script for the sake of time. Let's get Isaiah chapter 58. Isaiah chapter 58, and give me verse 11.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 11.
No, start at 10.
Verse 10.
Come on.
And if thou draw out the soul to the hunger, and satisfy the afflicted soul, Then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday.
Come on.
And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought.
You see that? But we got to make sure that we preparing, because God said that he'll take care of us in the drought. Read.
And make fat thy bones, and thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose water fail not.
Whose waters fail not. So we got to make sure we applying and getting ready for what's to come. Let's go to the next one. It says, Musk wants population collapse. Elon Musk. All right, read that.
Indy100.com. Elon Musk is obsessed with population collapse. But what is it? And is it really a threat?
All right, let's read some of this.
Somebody come and look at this.
If there's one thing Elon Musk does on Twitter even more often than posting dodgy memes, it's talking about population collapse. The Tesla CEO and billionaire has been very vocal over recent times about the threat of a reduction in the human population size.
It's crazy. All of these elites, what's your man's, Bill Gates.
Right.
Always talking about the same thing, man, because they know what's coming. They know what's coming. They know what they're trying to do.
Right.
Remember when you read Revelation 16, America's going to be the reason why World War III begins.
Right.
Look at what they're doing. All right, go ahead.
We should be much more worried about population collapse.
Hey, do me a favor, man. We didn't get to go over the IMF recession article. That was at the end of topic 1. Can we just pull it up real quick, at least to put it out there? Recession, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, which America is behind. Read that, please.
The NewYorkTimes.com. The IMF warns that a global recession could soon be at hand.
Meaning what? This is going to happen. Okay, go ahead.
The world could soon be on the brink of a global recession as the economies of the United States, China, and Europe slow more sharply than anticipated amid a collision of crises. An International Monetary Fund warned on Tuesday.
All right, so we ain't going to go into it too much for the sake of time, but let's go back to Elon Musk with the population collapse. Watch this.
We should be much more worried about population collapse. If there aren't enough people for Earth, then there definitely won't be enough for Mars, Musk wrote in a tweet earlier this year.
Go ahead.
USA birth rate has been below minimum sustainable levels for 50 years. The past 2 years have been a demographic disaster, he also posted.
Meaning what? They're saying that it's too many people are being born. All right? So go to the next clip. Watch this. Watch this, brothers and sisters. Watch who the devil is and what his capability really is. Give me Daniel 12. Line that up for me. Play this clip. No. Officer Hezekiah, the video.
Things we're talking about here is that there are now weapons under development and developed that are designed to target specific people.
Stop.
Right,
Stop.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
I know I didn't hear that.
The devil is telling you something. He say it casually. Just calling out, yeah, there's weapons that are developed to kill certain people. But, you know, when you think about it, you know, it's not just keeps talking like that's normal, like that's okay. All right, we haven't really seen, this man's true nature.
Right.
Because he changed. Like I said in Habakkuk, he had to change to gain dominion over the whole world. He had to calm down a little bit.
Right.
But before his kingdom is finished, he's going to go back. He's going to resort to being who he truly is, and that's the devil on the earth.
Right.
All right, go back to that clip. Watch this. Population collapse, hunger.
To be clear.
And it said, go back to 2 Ezra 16. Watch this. Don't forget what it said in verse 22.
2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 22.
Come on.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
Right. A lot of people going to be killed. Going to die because of famine. Read.
And the other that escape the hunger.
So if you don't die from the hunger, read.
Shall the sword destroy.
Shall the sword destroy. All right. Now go back. Play that clip again, please.
I think one of the things we're talking about here is that there are now weapons under development and developed that are designed.
Stop. See, he said it slick too. He said there's weapons that are under development and already developed. That's what he said. You got to pay attention. Run it back. Run it back.
So to be clear, I think one of the things we're talking about here is that there are now weapons under development and developed that are designed to target specific people. Right, that's what this is, where you can actually take someone's DNA, take their medical profile, and you can target a biological weapon that will kill that person or take them off the battlefield or make them inoperable.
What the hell?
I can't have a discussion about this without talking about privacy and commercial data and the protection of commercial data, because expectations of privacy have degraded over the last 20 years.
Stop. And what he's talking about is like with things like social media, doing everything online. What we've done as a people, because it's so convenient, we've given them our personal information. They already got it. You'd be like, oh, I ain't giving nobody my you've already given it to them. It's too late. That's what he's talking about, the declining in privacy. Go back.
Have very little expectation of privacy. That's what the polling and the data show. And people will very rapidly spit into a cup and send it into 23andMe and get really interesting data about their background. And guess what? Their DNA is now owned by a private company and can be sold with very little intellectual property protection or privacy protection. And we don't have legal and regulatory regimes to deal with that. So
stop. They don't have it because they don't want to have that. Because they want access to everybody. So when they want something to happen, it will. Go ahead. White man's very crafty.
Deal with that. So we have to have an open and public discussion, and this is going to have to be a political discussion about what does the protection of healthcare information, DNA information, and your data look like, because that data is actually going to be procured and collected by our adversaries for the development of these systems.
Now stop. Now you got to understand, brothers and sisters, we're dealing with the devil on the earth, okay? Go to Daniel 12 real quick. I said pull that. Daniel chapter 12.
The book of Daniel.
Got a call? All right, we'll take a call, and then we'll read the scripture. Hey, Shalom, caller, what's your question or your comment? Hey, Shalom, caller, what's your question or your comment?
Shalom. I want to know, when are you guys going to have a family and fun day in Orlando, Florida?
We're not going to discuss that online, but you can. I mean, are you in the body, or you looking to join, or what are you looking to do, brother?
Yeah, I'm looking to join. I'm in Florida now.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. Do me a favor. Go to our website. It's www.israelunite.org. Okay, and call the Orlando number. This is we're in Tallahassee, bro. So you got to call the Orlando school, and they can help you out with that. Okay.
Can I get a pen?
Okay. All right. Shalom. Hey, let's go back to it. Daniel 12.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 4.
Come on.
But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
So we can't underestimate him. The only thing we could do, we can't underestimate him. We can't try to fight him. All we could do is keep these commandments, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
All right. Hey, let's finish this off. U.S. citizens' arms against government.
Newsbreak.com. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans say it may soon be necessary to take up arms against the government.
Go ahead. And that's not us. We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
Go ahead.
A majority of Americans say the U.S. government is corrupt.
Which it is. Go ahead.
And almost a third say it may soon be necessary to take up arms against it, according to a new poll from the University of Chicago's Institute of Politics. 2/3 of Republicans and independents say the government is corrupt and rigged against everyday people like me, according to the poll, compared to 51% of liberal voters.
Hey, for the second time, let's get 2 scripts, and we'll go to topic 3. 2nd Ezra 15, and go to verse 18, and then I want Romans 13. All right, so hey, let's make sure we're not getting caught up in that foolishness, brothers and sisters. Understand, those who are serious about this truth, we're not going to entangle ourselves in the affairs of this world, all right? Read what you got.
2nd Ezra 15, what verse, Cap?
18.
And 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation.
And remember what it says in verse 16. This is going to civil unrest. They're talking about taking up arms against their government. Okay, what do you think is going to happen after that? There's going to be no law and order. It's going to be total anarchy. All right, read this verse.
Verse 16.
Come on.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
There it is. They're not going to regard their kings nor princes. All right, but Romans chapter 13, verse 13.
Romans chapter 13, verse 13.
Watch this.
Let us walk honestly, as in the day.
Come on.
Not in rioting and drunkenness.
Right, we can't do that. All right, the Israelites, this is not our fight. Okay. All right, we got to let the Lord fight for us so we can get our kingdom. Okay, read.
Not in chambering and wantonness. Not in strife and envying.
All right, not in strife and envying. Hey,
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.